From Shibusov Mikhail Valentinovich person, Krasnoyarsk scale 33K, V number 109 PH 09378612114 Nobel 1869 at mail.com. All the acquaintance distribute this story, this only thing that I can make. Thanks. The statement for the International Tribunal and over the state of Ukraine for genocide by Mikhail Valentinovich Shibusov, the son of mother killed with Ukraine. I urge people of the world to join my requirement. I demand to create the International Tribunal and to judge the state of Ukraine for genocide of the people. Ukraine is a caricature on democracy. In this cannibal, police, genocidal state of a total arbitrariness, elementary human rights and first of all the right for life and integrity of human beings were never observed. Laws and the Constitution in Ukraine, it is only a fig leaf which the shameless authorities show to the civilized world. All system of the state of Ukraine, in particular so-called law enforcement agencies and even healthcare, represent the gangster corrupted communities, which serve only violation of the rights and freedoms of the person to a profit and repressions. For government bodies a high-ranking arbitrariness, stealing, tortures, murders became ordinary, roundups of people, as it were done by fascist invaders. In Ukraine, the policy of discrimination of the rights of citizens on the principles of 1. Arbitrariness of 2. Social, 3. Property, 4. Language, 5. Age, 6. Ethnic, 7. Kumovsky, 8. States of health is pursued. As a result of impossible conditions of a survival, the population in Ukraine was reduced from 52 million in 1992 to 34 milliliters in 2021. Such cannibal, not humanistic state has no right to be, especially fixably. I demand to consider genocide against elderly people. It is not necessary to prove a fact of common knowledge of epidemic of suicides of elderly people in 1990 in Ukraine as a result of impossible living conditions. The officials who plundered national property established so scanty pensions to old men that differently what genocide you will not call it. But this yet not most terrible crime of the cannibal state. Ukraine turned so-called healthcare into criminal community of bribe takers, extortioners, executioners, black transplantologists of murderers of the persons, creating an arbitrariness. This criminal community, not in figurative and literally, is engaged in murder of elderly people, applying the methods of fascist Germany condemned by the world community on the Nuremberg process. The Ukrainian doctors are newly appeared to a Mengele with the permission of the state. That is why the tribunal over Ukraine is extremely necessary. The most widespread method which they apply is tortures by a current and an alvirivanii on a leg thumb. These tortures, they bring the old man to a state when his heart does not maintain, and as a result swelled lungs and terrible painful death, sending still a morgue, live in the freezer, to whom you will not talk. From the thinking citizens all agree that there is a secret directive to destroy old men, not to pay pension. Now in Ukraine it is observed mass kidnappings by police and TTSK. On social networks there were messages that pay 8,000 hryvnias for each kidnapped person. In the cynicism the authorities of Ukraine, in my opinion, could reach before that pay doctors for murders to old men, and on these crimes there are quotations. All the time, since 1992 people should protect the life and advantage not from external enemies, and from the criminal state. Heart of my mother did not sustain. It made swell lungs, the extensive heart attack, cardiogenic shock and killed, and the cannibal state of Ukraine sends me disgusting formal replies in which it became skilled. My mother is not the old slave who is with impunity killed by her slaveholder, the genocidal state. And I will try to obtain that the cannibal state of Ukraine was responsible for all the crimes against humanity, this genocidal country, as the bandit killed my mother. And now exercising all the power avoids punishment. And the person remains one against the whole cannibal state. And then these state bandits adopt the dictatorial laws forbidding to the person to speak about lawlessness, about a crime of the state against humanity. Whether you see it, discredit of the power. More than the power nobody discredits it. Point. Score to us will forbid and to cry on murder this power, that not to discredit it. In this comical state there was never neither justice, nor the rule of law, nor equality. All these ombudsmanishka, human rights organizations of local flood, it is the weather vanes trimming the sails to the wind. Double standards always worked in this genocidal state. The lie became a norm of public life and mass media. Now Ukraine knows, for the whole world, about war crimes against it, and the crimes against humanity, and the citizens suppresses as before. I am this genocidal state. I accuse all government officials, with top to the bottom, you are murderers of my mother and hundreds of thousands of others. You are guilty of my stealing and hundreds of thousands of others. You should be crushed, the international tribunal. And you, people, citizens, do not think that you, the bowl of my mother, will pass. All of you will become old, ailing, and all of you will be led on a face as cattle as the fulfilled material any more necessary to the cannibal country. Also the Ukrainian doctors to a Mengele will kill you. People of Ukraine, all those at whom already tortured, kill the family in this cannibal Ukraine. If you do not demand vengeance of tribunal for criminals, that it there will be a treachery of your family. No, if the end is tribunal, that I'm with you. When you become old men, the cannibal state will rise, as with the fulfilled material, and hearts of your family will be broken off. From pain and helplessness, I want that I was answered by heads of the countries of the world: Germany, the USA, Japan, Great Britain, Canada, Australia, Italy, France, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Austria, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Russia, Belarus, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Belgium, Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico, Egypt, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Arab Emirates, Greece, Georgia, Armenia, and others, and that you are tortured and kill old men in hospitals not to pay pension. No, and why then in Ukraine kill and you democracies are silent, as any praised capitalist democracy, with these turns into military junta and dictatorship. Now it is observed in Ukraine, and prerequisites to it were in non-compliance with human rights all the time. So be not surprised to democracy that Ukrainians do not want to protect your eternal double standards. They have no need to protect the chains and thieves' pockets in which the mighty of this world pinches and pinch at the people, and will not get drunk in any way. Pockets, which are called by them the homeland, cannot, has no right to exist. The cannibal state, in which state discrimination continually, in which the genocide of old men, in which the official it is necessary to belittle and put a bribe is pursued that he carry out the law and the duties. Why, in this state I constantly have to wage war for the human dignity, for the constitutional rights, for life of the mother. Point. Say that society is checked on that, as it treats children and old men. No, it is easy to love children. It is difficult to love old men. On that, as society and the state treat old men, it is possible to judge fascist, cannibal this state, or humanistic. Now judge Ukraine tribunal for genocide and crimes against humanity. Such cannibal state of Ukraine should be judged, and I demand it.